This world is a trap. This earth, this third dimension is a big trap. We only have yesterday, today, tomorrow. It comes back to yesterday, today, tomorrow. We are living in a loop, and we are living in a place where delusions have been made available to us for us to forget who we really are. The life we are living in is like a boat that is on, or let me say, this body is a ship, a vessel that is carrying you, that is in yourself. But then in you is an aspect of the Creator that is sleeping, that when it wakes up, you begin to realize things that are not.
You are watching the biggest, the largest, the highest, the greatest, the tallest, and the mightiest platform. I am always Queen Hadasha. Call me Empress Makida. I am Africa's only sun goddess. So when you worship the sun god, worship me too. I am always the woman of peace. Na bole. I am Maame Grace Deduako. Hey, midindosu. Hey. Kamo Maame kwanga midini petua yi levi ama mo ho atom. Mo repent nti muntua. Me man krankra bia akwaba. I love and I hate. Me domo sronko, ekwan sronko so. And when I got down and I saw the topic, I was like, wow, again. Well, platform of opportunities. I had to say I would be mobile to me for happy. Obi aso de ope and worker. Inti mama mo akwaba. Mama my guest to know akwaba, one of our brothers called Apostle Matthew Carvey. Carvey. Carvey me pono so. Ohona Yesu guye. Ye be hwema hwese no na so ni din so a. Mama my guest to know akwaba na afa ye hwe near on eba discuss is quite a ye, but no there, but so we'll talk about it. Papa, we welcome you to Revelations.
Thank you, Maame Grace.
Great. This is your very first time on this biggest platform, so please kindly pay obeisance to our followers, greet them, and introduce yourself to us. Then if there are any loved ones you want to say hello to, it's also allowed.
All right. I want to say a very big thank you to the woman, the goddess, as we all know, and for this wonderful platform. I want to greet you, our listeners, and our viewers as well, and also my church, Mega Life Chapel International, and all our loved ones. Watch us. Thank you so much.
We welcome you with lots of love, and we appreciate you.
Thank you.
Abusia, your guest in here. Na mama na kwaba, wonso wa na kwaba. What are you coming to talk about?
It's a popular topic, and yet also very misinterpreted in different folds. So I want to also add my voice to the topic of soul travel.
What?
Soul travel.
You are coming to talk about soul travel.
Yeah.
Please, why did you choose this topic on my platform?
I think Revelation platform is a mother platform for spiritual people. And there is a reason why God has made you like this. You allow people to flow and give them the opportunity to express what they have. And I think that is why I chose Revelation.
So you chose this topic yourself?
Yes, I chose the topic myself.
Okay. We welcome you.
Thank you.
Tell me, you were a pastor.
Yeah.
Why are you talking about soul travel?
Yeah, so that is the general perception when it comes to Christianity. I don't see myself to be a Christian per se. I see myself to be a kingdom citizen, someone that is representing the Creator in this third dimension. So soul travel is not something that belongs to demonic people, as they say. When we sleep, we dream. When we dream, our soul goes out to places. Where does it go? When we say travel, you walk from one place to the other, you have traveled. Just that the transport mode is different. So soul travel is not as bad as our people or the people that came before us in Christianity put it. It is actually something that if we learn and get to know about it, it will help us. What I have noticed is that immediately you mention some topics in the space of Christianity, it becomes a very big problem. And that is why I know it's going to have a big problem for me. A lot of other people that are men of God are going to be saying I didn't do well. And in fact, some of them even try advising me, blah, blah, blah. But then I had an opportunity to also consult about where I'm coming. And I am awoken, let me put it that way. I see things differently. So coming to your platform is not just about coming to speak about Soul Travel because I want to be popular. No, but then I am coming to break that mentality that Christianity, Soul Travel is evil, and that most of the things that there are people that the Creator has sent on earth to become like a mother that allows anything, and then at the end of the day defines what the true way is. And I think that is who you are. So a lot of people might think you talk about Islam, you talk about there are people here that talk about ancestors, you talk about different things, and then why am I here? Yes, Christians here was our mentality, no? But then I think people that are traditionalists, Muslims, when it rains, the rain falls on all of us. So nature does not really bring division among us. It accepts everything and later allows the best to grow. So that's why I'm here.
Yo, okay, so you are coming to talk about Soul Travel.
Yeah.
Can you tell me denominations of people we have on earth?
Yeah, we have a lot. Actually, let me take it from the Bible. The Bible is a book that is very coded. And a lot of people have misinterpreted it. In the book of Genesis, they talk about Adam being created and put in it looks like a story, and put in, and we ate of a fruit, and because of the fruit, we lost, God got angry and blah, blah. Now, when you look at that story logically, it doesn't make sense. But when you take it from a spiritual point of view, you have a spiritual teacher, an ascended master that teaches you, you will realize that it is not just a tree, it is about a species. The different trees we have is a species. And Adam being a greater force, let me put it that way, or a greater energy, was meant to maintain all that species. But we decided to mingle our seed with the species of knowledge of good and evil. And because of that, we became one. We fell into a place of, let me say, the abyss or the prison. Now, it is very difficult for man to understand these things because all of them are not captured in the Bible. But when you start ascending into dimensions, you begin to see things that are not in the Bible but has their root in the Bible. We have so many species on this earth. We have the species that don't have soul, that has breeded with ones that, or has mate with ones that have soul. It's also in the Bible, where the sons of God came to do something with the daughters of, and they produce. So we have different species based on the kind of, when I was growing, let me put it, when I was growing up, my father told me something. I'm actually an Ewe. My father told me something. He pointed some particular tribes I shouldn't marry from. And I didn't understand him. So I started asking him deeper questions. Why did you say? He said, our seed cannot mix with these ones.
Yeah, this was African.
Yeah.
We were not mixing ourselves with some tribes. Good. Because they feel you will bring out something that you cannot control. We threw this away. This is the reason we see all these rebellious children and everything that is going on.
Yeah. So my father started telling me, if you want to be a man of God, when I gave birth to you, I saw the signs and all those things. So I knew what you become. But then don't mix your seed with this person. Otherwise, you are going to produce something you are not ready for. So I started understanding this from a young age. Being careful who my seed goes to, or who produces, or who becomes my wife. And then I have seen people, because I'm a pastor, I meet a lot of people They come and sit in front of me. Their blood groups are compatible. They have different things. But when you check spiritually, you realize that this person cannot marry this person. And these are the basic things we don't understand. There are so many breeds that we have, and they are in human form. Some of them are very beautiful. So we, the men of these days, we marry because of, excuse me to say, the looks of the person, the way the person's front is, the way the person's back is. Then we conclude that this is the woman I want to marry. And then at the end of the day, people marry and 24 hours they are divorced. People marry and we have a lot of, and the truth is, it is the pastors that put these people together. And they tell you what God has put together, let no man put asunder.
Asunder.
But the truth is, God has not put
anybody together. Charlie. God has not put anybody together.
No.
He said we should just be eating and be going.
No. So this is the problem. When we talk about God, everyone has God in him or her. Everybody has a God. That God went to sleep when we fell. This body has become like a prison suit that we are wearing that limits us in manifesting who we really are. So with this body we get sick. With this body we do things that must not happen to our being. The children of light happens to us, or let me say the children of the sun happens to us. Now we fell. I don't know how to. We fell when the Bible says that we became naked and we got to know who we are. When angels die, they don't die like human beings die and they bury, but they lose their glory. Or when I say when spirits die, they lose their glory. There is a level of brightness they lose, so they become less bright or something like that. Now, when men fell, this is not how we were. We had a glorious body that could transcend into this is the third dimension, so fourth, fifth dimensions. But then when we fell, we were limited. We have been given a limited body. So the message of the gospel that we are preaching, we ourselves, we don't understand it. People want to die. In fact, Christians that are preaching about heaven are afraid of death, because they don't know what they are talking about. This world is a trap. I don't know if what I'm saying is making sense to you, but this world is a trap. This earth, this third dimension is a big trap. We only have yesterday, today, tomorrow. It comes back to yesterday, today, tomorrow. We are living in a loop. And we are living in a place where delusions have been made available to us for us to forget who we really are. But then if you awaken the God that is in you. Now, this story in the Bible is always said in this way, that Jesus Christ was in a ship sleeping on a pillow, and his disciples were on the sea, and they were getting drowned, and then we say it's a story, so Jesus rebuked the storm. I don't think that is where we have to focus on. But what is the ship? What is the sea? The earth realm that we are talking about is controlled by three different entities. The entity of the earth, the entity of the waters, and the entity of the firmament. Now, the life we are living in is like a boat that is on, or let me say this body is a ship, a vessel that is carrying you, that is in yourself. But then in you is an aspect of the creator that is sleeping, that when it wakes up you begin to realize things that are not. So the Bible says that they were moving, the ship was about to be tossed upside down, and then they go and then wake up Jesus. What is that waking up? What is that awakening that we are talking about? That is where the Christian community must come to. Because we keep on praying prayers that must not be prayed. And we keep on accusing things that must not be accused. And we are just gathering people like a sheep to the slaughter. And anyone that understands spirituality gets up. And as a man of God, you sleep in the night. You don't even go anywhere. You have members. You don't go anywhere to say you are going to visit them, protect them or anything. We sleep and wake up and we say we are men of God. we have become like let me say an emergency, like an ambulance. Assembly sia and sana ye tumrika akoye hu bibi. But why can't we just teach our people, prevent some kind of casualties from happening? Because all the different species and different congregations that we have, everyone is fighting for a place in the next dimension.
You are watching the biggest spiritual one time with Maame Grace. Yenya the private muntu ya na munhwana. We've done soul denominations, we've done this soul travel thing, and how the boat should settle before you get out of it. We've done all these things for you. Should we make it private?
No wonder you are deep.
Should we make this private for you to watch? Wentina mi breyo. Osofo. So 5 different species. So we've done soul denominations on this very platform. I've told them about soulless beings. Wow. And I have even said why they should not, especially Africans, should not worship anything. Because I feel the God is in Africans. But those who didn't have spirits or souls were those who were looking for external spirits like us to worship, so it tames them. Yeah. Like, I don't want to mention them, some of our Western world people, they breeded them with kinds of animals, and they needed to tame their animalistic behaviors. So they needed a spirit they don't have, so it controls them. That is why they have religion to control them. We are spirit beings. We are the same as that spirit you are going to worship. So it wouldn't make sense if you throw yourself away and you are looking for a spirit somewhere to worship. You will be chasing the air. Yeah. We've done this on this very platform. We welcome you once again. Thank you, Maame. So tell us 5 different species that you want to talk about, and tell us about soul travel. You first and foremost tell us about 5 different species, and then tell us 5 different modes, the safer modes to soul travel, and 5 different worst mode or the baddest mode to soul travel. Then you take up the topic. Okay, so when we come to the species, when we talk about, I was talking about so I lean my understanding from the Bible. I believe that it is too coded. A lot of things are in it, just as you are teaching right now. Jesus talks about the fact that we should be wise as the serpent. Moses lifts the serpent. When I entered this place, I saw 2 white serpents. How do you people see serpents here? Everybody sees serpent. Who is that serpent? You continue. When Moses lifted the serpent in the wilderness, and he said, when you look up to it, you will not be beaten, or you will not be stricken. Jesus Christ made an analogy. He said, just as the serpent was lifted in the wilderness, so shall the Son of Man be exalted on the cross. Now, I will say boldly that Jesus never said anyone should worship him. It's between you and your people. I'm not available. Yeah, so that is what a lot of people don't really get. He came to teach us something. He came to exhibit how to awaken yourself, your inner self. And that is why he says, I am the way. If you look at how he was able to go through the process of being a fallen man, and that is why I put him up as a man that I should study. He is the first man that descended and also ascended. So it gives me the ability to say, okay, I'm open to, yes, coming to show the way. But he did not say, after everything, he said, you are my brothers. So then, where is he leading us to? What kind of way is he? Because he is the only one that boldly says, I am the way. But then people are saying, no, he's saying that he's the way. No, but he's saying, look at me, the way I have lived my life. I've been able to conquer the master spirits on the earth. I've been able to control the water. I walked on it. I'll be able to control
death, the spirit of death. I've been able to conquer it. I've been able to conquer the master spirit of the wind. Can we also, as Christians, how many times do we go to church and learn how to control these elements? Now I'm going to another topic, but then sorry. How to control these elements. If we follow Jesus as I go to church and I worship and I lay down and I do whatever I have to do, we'll remain slaves. We have to look at Jesus from a different light. That he came as a rabbi, as a teacher, who ascended and became a master in his craft. And he's telling us that if you want to reach that dimension, look at me. I am the way. So I see the word different. I see things different. And that is where soul travel comes in all this. You cannot just get up and decide that I'm following Jesus. I don't have a soul. Or I have a soul, but then I decide to do. Now, there are a lot of things that are also happening. We have people that are soul trapping. They trap your soul. We have people that soul attachment. They attach themselves to your soul. We have people that put the soul in a time loop where you see yourself, you don't move forward. You are always in the same dimension, circles. And then there are people that harvest the soul. So the most vulnerable people among all the other religion, which I don't see myself to be religious per se, but then for the sake of understanding, the most vulnerable group is the Christendom. They harvest their soul like nobody's business. Even prophets. So until we get to this understanding that Jesus Christ said something. So when I was coming, I made a little bit of an inquiry. Now I asked God, who is this woman I'm going to? Who is she? What is she going to add to my life? Should I even associate with her? Because we should not be equally yoked with things that, and that is the distance. So I asked, and then I was given permission to go. Now this is what I was told. There are people that have master souls. Now they are sent to come and deliver the ones who are sleeping. Now when those people come and you join yourself with them, and you are a distracted person, an evil person, let me put it this way, you are not able to affect them. At the end of the day, they dominate you. Nobody can do what you are doing. Only few people. To be able to accept all sorts of things, absorb them. That will not affect you. That will not affect you. It's a very dangerous thing. Yeah. It's a very dangerous thing. When there are people, it is just an advice I'm giving to the general public. You see Maame Grace doing this and it's nice. You also want to go and open a spiritual platform. Keep to what you know. Pick one thing and do it. We are not saying don't do it. But then if you want to really do it, and you are going to bring ancestor worshippers, Islamic worshippers, Christians, Buddhism, everything, and you bring it in this thing, putting the universe together in visible way, at the end of the day you'll be corrupted. So that is where people must have the understanding. So before I go into the soul travel, I want to say God bless you, let me put it that way, for the work that you are doing and having me here as well. What is soul? When it comes to understanding the purpose of man, what is soul? I would say soul is what gives spirituality expression. Without the human soul, the spirit will not be able to express itself. The physical body is what gives the soul its expression. So without the soul of a man, the man can never have any connection with the spirit. And that is where our problem is. The church has become a place of receiving visa. I don't know if I'm going to get problem after this, but your mouth. It has become a place of receiving visa and receiving marriage and other things. But actually the church is a place of awakening, where an enlightened person brings you to that place of understanding, most of the pastors that stand in the pulpit don't even know the Bible. They don't even know who they are.
Bible. Omuni Bible no. Na Bible no. Na Bible say.
So they just quote, and most of the annoying thing is when I did a little bit of soul travel in my church and then I put it on my TikTok platform. If you see the insult from men of God, let me put it that way. So I sat down and I was asking my people, what do these people don't understand? Everyone has a soul. And when you sleep at night, you go. All I'm teaching is for you to be in control when you go and when you come. But then at the end of the day, and so can't we explain all this to our people? Now we have ended it by saying, I have a dream. When you have sex in a dream, is spiritual marriage. We just cut it short. No explanation and everything. Most of the people that are married and have given birth to 3, 4. Mommy Grace, when you look through the children, and we do DNA test. Oh, you are too deep. The children don't belong to the men. The children belong to a spirit. Another species that has come to attach itself. Why should our souls and our bodies be violated? Everybody, every spirit in every realm, for them to be able to access this realm, they need a woman. Last time I said to a church I went to, I said, women are altars. Women are altars. An altar is a place that brings the spirit and the physical and merge them together. And that is who women are. So women take the spirit and take the flesh and merge it together. So women are altars. That is why blood sacrifice is done on them through their flow. So if we don't understand all these things, we are in this world. What we don't need to fight for, we are fighting for. What we don't need to pray for, we are praying for. The fastings we don't need to do, we are doing. And then at the end of the, so I am just here to let our colleagues know that there are deeper things and deeper dimensions for us to go into. I am a pastor, yes, but then there are things I know that is helping me. There are things I know that I know is not false because of the realm of light I took it from.
Because of the realm of light, I take you from. Me say, what you sorry anaju is made for sleep. Into the sorry anaju no, na ko jina sorry ho. Now so we are all night. Now start to say territorial demons, every familiar spirit, wo bind omo no mo ye bailiffs. Na mo ni abayifo no so wa sorry ho na mo di omo atem. A witch convict your soul. Na say odo koma ayi territorial demons na we did your matem no mo be serve you letter okra we did your matem on be serve you ufi abayifo no so omo so be lawyers ama ono we did your mu nyina atan abom tuo. They will just look at you and your soul will judge on you and your soul contract will be broken. Makacha me say this week the abayisem me de mbako nti mo da mon kasa wa soro ho. Do you people teach them these systems?
The problem is that our people are not matured. They are coming from deep, so we are starting small. I'm speaking like this because I'm before you and I know your depth. So small, I teach my people. But when I meet people that are exposed, and sometimes we are scared because there is a cartel of men of God around. That if you don't talk like them, teach like them, pray like them, take offering like them, you have to then be subjected to.
They have the crowd. They will send me after you.
Yeah. So we are careful.
On you. So your topic is soul travel. When I look at you people, Christians, I look at you and I laugh. If you decide to convict 1 million Christians in one night, one Friday, you convict all of them. They can't bargain. You people don't have control over your dreams. Who need say just convict you and we will take you. Who told you can take witchcraft away from somebody? It's a natural ability. Now, what said is also soul travel is your topic. Please take us through.
Okay, so soul travel, as I said, is for people that have souls, because we have people that don't have souls, and we have people that they have the combination of souls and other species mixed together. So I'm talking about soul travel being for people that are coming from a pure bloodline that have souls. And we don't have many of them because a lot of them has been there is a mix. A lot of them have been polluted. Are you
talking yourself? Who is talking right now? No, you calm down. Who is talking right now?
Maame Grace, can I be free?
I have not done anything. I'm just asking who is talking through you right now. We just want to know. Be honest with us. Who is talking right now?
Can I leave that one?
Continue.
So we have to get to a point where we understand. I'm distracted a bit, but forgive me.
Why are you distracted? Is it because I found you out?
I'm a bit shocked.
No, you continue. I won't ask anything again. Soul travel, treat it.
Oh, you can ask, but
I will try.
So the problem is the issue of soul travel actually has been taught in different forms, but it's not for everybody. And there are people that are even practicing soul travel that they don't have any business with. You have to come from a pure bloodline. What is a pure bloodline? We have people that are coming from the source. When we say father, it means source. They are coming from the actual source. And we have other people that were created by other people. In which sense? It is in the Bible. The Bible talks about the fact that we have people that were made eunuchs by the will of men. And we have people that were made eunuchs from birth. And we have people that were made eunuchs from their mother's womb. Apart from that, when you go to the book of John, it talks about a particular group of people where he said there are people that are born by the will of the Spirit. What is happening? Why do you keep going back to a particular timeline that according to you has passed? You keep going there. It means that something went on that has trapped you in that reality. And until you deliver yourself or you wake up, you are going to be in that reality. Now you are in 2017 trapped and you want to come out and do something and enjoy something that is in 2020. The timelines are different. Your soul is not with you. We have a lot of people walking out there and they are empty. So what somebody says is what they do. When somebody says sleep, they sleep. When somebody says wake up, they wake up. But when their souls are in them, when an information gets into your body, it is processed for it to know whether it is good or bad. That is where Christians we call the spirit of discernment. We are able to tell, is this thing good for me or bad? A lot of Christians don't have that. So soul travel is let me put it, the first one is we getting out of this flesh and going to the source where we belong before we fell. That is the first point. And most of us cannot do that because we don't even know it is possible to go out. We don't know it's possible to go out. The advantage of the soul travel is that it is also able to make you travel to a place ahead of time before you appear there physically. So it gives you advantage. It gives you superior abilities. It gives you foreknowledge about a lot of things that is happening. And unfortunately, the traditional people that we call demons are advanced in that technology than us who call ourselves Christians. That is the awakening I want to bring to the people of God. That if you call yourself somebody coming from the true lineage of light, then you have something in you that we need, that must wake up. Imagine we put a leader on the seat of Ghana that is coming from the true lineage of light that has not been corrupted. This country will not be where it is. But I'm not MPP or NDC. I'm just speaking my mind. But then we are putting people there that even when they are being wicked, they don't know they are being wicked because wickedness is natural to them. So we have to go back to our source. And it is from our source that we draw much energy. Because when a tree is disconnected from its branch or from its root, bit by bit, it dies.
How do we go back to our source?
We need to wake up first.
How do we wake up?
There is a principle in the Bible. Iron sharpens iron. Look for somebody that is awoken.
How would you know? We have all these caricatures. How would you know? All this drama and branding all over. How do you know? And they all sound convincing. You and I know this. How do we know?
They sound convincing, but you cannot fake something that is original, especially when it is coming from a spiritual source. You know, we have problems that come to my place, and the first thing they ask is, how much do you take? Before I even sit down with them, the first question is, how much do you take? And I'm shocked. So sometimes, how much do I take, saying? Like, then also, I went to this person, he took money. I went to this person, he took money. So what is the motive of the person doing that job? That is number one. The motive of we need to be sensible. At least, at our lowest level, in this third dimension, our brains must work. At least, school. So their brains must work. But where are they feeding from? Maame Grace, when I look at you physically, I will say you are a woman who was born by another woman and you are walking on earth, until I start listening to you. And I start hearing what you are speaking from. Nicodemus told him, he said, no one would say these things that you are saying except God is with him. So until a higher spirit is with you, there are some things you will never know. So when somebody is saying something that is beyond your understanding, that is higher, it's not just standing on the altar and shouting and saying it is well with you. Things don't just get well. We work it out. That's why we call it working of miracle. You work it. You put this and this together. You have to mix energies together to produce something that you want. So if you just get up and you say, I need a miracle, and by the shouting of a man, you get the miracle, it's a lie. The Bible says that he founded it upon the seas and established it upon the waters. So the foundation of everything that is on this earth is on the seas. The establishment of it is on the waters. We say the seas belongs to the Maame water, so we have left it. When you see a pastor even praying by the seas at night, and so because of that, we have neglected the things that we must know. That is even in the Bible. Why, when you look at the most of the rounds of Jesus, and he was walking on the sea, and they were crossing the river, and they were doing this, he changed water into wine. And what has he mastered? What does he know? I have met people, and in 6 months, what we have been crying for, working for, doing everything for, they got it. And that is no more their priority. When I got the secret, and I started learning, and realms started opening to me, the things I thought were difficult to get are easy to get now. So we need to wake up. Talking about the fact that how will you even know them? Listen to them. If the person is not deep, he's not deep. If the person is lying, he's lying. If the person doesn't know what he's talking about, he doesn't know. When you have common sense, when you have common sense, you can be able to resonate with what somebody is saying, reason through it, and understand. Not just branding somebody because they don't belong to your denomination or they don't come from where you come from. But then if you listen to them, you know that this person is enlightened. He has something to teach me. And then you follow it. And then that's all.
You are watching The Biggest. Now, let me ask you. Is soul travel a natural something? What do you do to soul travel? Or it comes or it happens natural?
Okay, so...
Do you induce it?
People induce it. But soul travel must be natural. for people that are working. It's just like getting up and deciding to take water and drink, or taking your food to eat, or deciding what you will wear. I was sitting down in a room. It was my wife that introduced I think one of your videos, you were with one person to me. And then when I saw you, I said, do you know her? She said, I just like her. I said, yes, she's a goddess. And she said, but you say I'm also a goddess? And I said, yes, because of where you come from. So this is who we are. So because of that, and then I told her that one day I'll be here. That was last year.
Oh.
How did I see that I'll be here? So I have to leave my body and see myself here today. And today I'm here, sitting by the great Maame Grace and talking to her. It was something that happened. So when we talk about inducing soul travel, it has its own destiny. And that is where we have some people on social media now that says they can help you soul travel, and when you go, they give you some concoctions to drink. If you go to the wrong place, oh yeah, it's happening. So they won't on social media, it happens. They will give you concoctions, and people are coming out and they are saying since they went there. Now, soul travel happens in two different energies, according to what I know. We have light, we have darkness. Now, when we talk about light, they are the group of people that practice things in a way of the law. Let me put it that way. And there are people that are in the darkness, they don't have boundaries. They can violate you and go. So they seem to be more powerful because they are coming from the place of darkness. But when it comes to the realm of light, we have silver lines that you don't cross. We have places that you travel that you don't cross. You have to follow the light. You have to understand where you are going. And those are the people we should go for. So inducing soul travel means, number one, you don't have something in you yet. That is why you need an external thing to induce it to come. But then another person that has mastered acts can help you soul travel. A person that has mastered his art or her art can help you travel, can teach you to travel. So I would say soul travel is actually, it is natural. It's something that some people even do it without knowing. The first time I didn't know. I didn't do anything. I didn't drink anything. I didn't recite anything. Now, I'm not saying recitations are bad. Recitations give us focus on where we should go, because words that we speak are entities created by the God being. So this year I've named our year, this thing we are focusing on is that we are the God men. We want to bring the God in us. He needs to be awoken. So you want to induce soul travel, you are going to be doing yourself, you are going to be achieving it, you are going to be doing it. The fact that you achieve a result doesn't mean you are on the right path. But at the end of the day, we should learn from the right source. So you look at the right people that are enabled, people that have capacity, people that have mastered their act. We call them master spirits or master beings. They are capable to ascend. They understand who they are. A lot of people don't understand who they are, and at the end of the day, they just move around and telling people who they are. So then we have a lot of chaos in the system. Jesus said, if a blind man leads a blind man, they both fall in a ditch. And that is what we are seeing right now.
What should be my benefit if I should soul travel? What should be my expectant? Like, me ko soul traveler, me soul travel say me benefit what?
Okay, so let me bring it to our natural realm so that we understand. There are realms better than this realm. There are places higher than this place. There are entities more knowledgeable than our technology that we have. Spirituality made visible is technology. And there are higher dimensions. So if somebody is able to leave this realm, I heard a history about Steve Jobs, the owner of Apple. He normally goes to a particular place in India and meditates for so many days. Then he comes out with inventions. How does he do it? So this place is limited. If you want to rule, like the Bible says, we are royal priesthood. I don't know where we got all these things from, where we want to make our members slaves. I don't know where we got it from. Because the priority of God is for us to make our members become like him, understand their source, and drink from that place. If every Christian in this community is awoken, or every Christian in this country is awoken, or everybody that understand light is awoken, we won't be going through this problem we are going through. Most of the people stealing in the high places and bringing the e-levy and all those people, they are in the churches. So they are in the churches. So the truth is, the benefit is that it allows you to move into a higher self. Yeah. So travel opens realms to you. If you don't see, you cannot believe. If you ascend or you are allowed to go into places and somebody comes and is telling you something, so come on, I saw this thing, I was there.
So it's not about prosperity and miracles.
No. You see, the same thing we are preaching. The Bible says, seek ye first the kingdom of God. It didn't say seek money. Now, what is the kingdom of God? A king is his kingdom. The king here we are talking about is the king of light, the master of the universe. So if they say seek first the kingdom of God, it means search for the master. Now, the master that we are searching for, what we are doing is that we are looking into the skies and we are searching. But where is the road? Look within. Look within and search for the God within. You will find him. When you speak like this, people say you are boasting and all. Me the attack Amenya from secondary school. They said me, I'm drinking blood. I'm this thing. They say Matia Mabre. But then look within. We are having a project at a site now. We are doing a project and we went there one day, and then these laggards came around and they started rushing on us. These guys were there, rushing on us, and they were saying, you know, laggards, they want to intimidate us. So one pushed me, and immediately the whole atmosphere became dark, as though it wanted to rain, just because one man was pushed. So after they settled, when they saw it themselves, they went back and then they left. So I lifted up my eyes and I told them, it is okay. It is just a little misunderstanding. Disperse. And the atmosphere clear again.
Who were those?
Okay. So when you ascend to a particular, I see people worshiping angels. Same way. When you ascend to a particular dimension, you have entities under you that responds to your control. Or your hema, or servants. If you are a king or a royal, you have servants. That is where we must rise to. There was a time we went to a place and rain was coming. The same site, and we have to say so the people started packing the things. And then one of my guys said, this thing, we have to. And I said, oh, don't worry. So I took him and I stood on a high place and I looked up. It rained all around us.
Hey, what done Moses? Hey!
It rained all around us. And this thing is not something that we should. It rained all around us. And it didn't rain where we were.
Because of mortar.
And I said, mortar, I say, I didn't know. Yeah. So there is something. What have I mastered? What do I know? Where have I been to? It is because once upon a time I was just sleeping and something woke me up. And when I got up, I saw my body lying down. And I started traveling, following a speed of light. And I was going very fast. I got to a place and I met a lot of people. And they told me to sit. And I sat in a class. And they started teaching me things that shocked me. There was a time I went to a place and I didn't know where I was because the entrance, I didn't really see it. But then I got to that place and I realized, oh, they said this is the sea, the cities of the sea, the inhabitants of the sea. And there were different creatures there. I asked the person that was leading me, I said, what is this? Because I saw a road. And they were using diamonds to build. So I asked the entity that was leading me, is it the thing we need on earth that they are using to build? So this place, it is like chippings na mo de yakwaino.
Oh my God.
And that is what people are dying for on this earth. So I asked him, so what? He said that is the negotiations people come to do in this realm. So they come, they tell them that a Maame water and I a saint. Then they go into that place and make arrangements and take, let me say, Maame use chippings in the form of diamonds, and they sell their soul in exchange. Why is that spirit in need of your soul? I said something. I said the soul is the most expensive commodity in every market. And we are selling it anyhow. So when you so travel, it gives you so much advantage. It's
not about miracles.
No.
And prosperity.
No.
Gaining of earthly things.
No. Earthly things, what are we gaining them for? They are supposed to serve us. Money is a servant. Money serves. Immediately you allow money to control you, you have become a slave. Money serves. You don't have money, you are broken. I'm not saying money is not good. Money controls a lot of things in the world now. So far as we are in the world, we will need it. It's needed. But then when we make it a God, where we can kill to get, where we can destroy each other to get, then we have allowed money to control us. And the God of money is a system that has been created to give value where there is no value. So somebody can kill for a piece of paper, not knowing the value that they themselves they have. Just because a group of people came together and they said this is $1, this is $100, and this is the value, and they declare the value, and because of that we are dying for it. Yeah. No.
You are watching the biggest and the largest. You know, I am not asking you so many questions because of the topic you are discussing, like because of the topic you brought. Actually, I only come and sit here and know who I'm coming to talk to and the topic we are coming to treat. Taking topics and all these things is none of me doing. Yeah. So I just came to meet it. And Obia want a right to talk about whatever he or she wants to talk about. Until now, I had to allow you to treat. So I'm not going to ask you so many questions. But Ebusian said, "Move voting in life. Move voting in life, number." So we open the phone lines for you people to ask him questions, because I'm not going to ask, because question be no. Ebe to say me yemu ba, and I made direct asem we dia command. Oh, and yes, so cool, say at my age and at where I stand, no, me ne me ba, ebe ye way, because maybe a beer or so much flesh and I don't have what you are saying. I can't ask him a lot of questions, but more voting in life, number so that more baby say some questions, because there is a lot of questions in what he is saying, but I'm not going to ask. But I will ask you 2 more questions before we go. There is so much power in gathering people. Yeah. But like you said, enslaving them is one of the most annoying things. And I feel that is what is happening in Christendom. Yeah. Putting fear in people, putting people to sleep so we use them for our benefit. That's the problem. Now you have awakened, according to you. Now the church is having all the masses, and it's even difficult to communicate some of these things. So tell me, if they should give all the churches in Ghana to you to infuse what you are teaching us here now, what will be your 5 structures?
Okay, so that is a very deep question. I have my line of doing things. Not like you. You have the ability to accept everything. I am called to raise kings that will understand who they are to rule. If I can, my problem is that the church is, they don't even know they are enslaving people. That is the problem.
So you are calling kings. It means they are somewhere and you are calling them. So I am asking you this question again. Let's assume 1 million of your kings that you were sent to call, according to you, are in the church, and you need to get through to them. What will be your 5 structures? And I'm using the church for you because you were a pastor.
Yeah.
So what will be your 5 structures to get through to all your kings that you were sent to call?
Structures. So I don't know how the kind of structures you mean, but then let me put it this way. For me to get to my people, number 1, we need to understand. The first thing we understand is what we are doing here. That's number 1. Where do we come from? Why are we here? Everything is born out of questions. So what are we doing here? Why are we here? What has become of us? And why have we been sent here? Are we doomed and we need salvation? Or we are here to help the people that are doomed to come up? I have some people that have been following me for some time now. And most of them can do what I do. So I believe that I don't cage people and become a god over them and allow them to hail me, and I don't put what I have known in them. So number 1, I will impart knowledge. The knowledge I have acquired, if you impart it into a section of people, education, when you're able to educate the people to come alive, to know who they are, 50% of the work is done. That is number 1. Number 2, after I've been able to impart, or let me say, educate the people, waking them up to the reality of who they are, then we need to put them in sectors. What I mean sectors is that there is this thing that is happening in the world that we are not really getting to understand. And when COVID came, I woke up to something. It woke me up. Everything shut down. And it was some few people that decided that we are shutting the world down. And the world shut down. So when we are not able to channel our people to places of influence and authority, no matter the awakening we have, we are still going to be controlled by these people. The soulless beings. The heartless people. Let me put it that way. So what I'm doing is that there are groups that have come up and they are fashioning their people to take political positions. They are fashioning their people to take religious positions. So most of the people you see in the pulpit they've been empowered by other groups to come and infiltrate this realm and then do things. Because sometimes you don't understand why somebody that is called a man of God will do something and bring shame to what he represents. If everything is all right, so we need to understand that if we can put our people in different dimensions of even this world, we'll be able to detect what goes on here and understand how we can make life better for the people we claim we love.
You are watching the biggest. Your time, no, like I said, I mean, beside so much questions, but move voting in life. Some of your life, I'll be back.
Yeah, okay.
So they can ask you their personal questions because this topic, I can't ask so much about it. But my last question for you, though, your time, but maybe we because of what you said, say, man of God, obey BB, this shame, be bread, the entire friend for. One thing that is chewing you guys, you the pastors, is sex.
Yeah.
Bishop has left the wife. What God has put together, let no man put ascender. Ascender is happening everywhere. 1 million of them are married to 2 women. That area, what is eating you people there? What can you do to help those who are falling short from that side? Because it is really bringing shame because the Bible speaks against it.
Yeah.
But no swana I talk about this. So what can you do to help them? What advice do you have for such people? And if something like that happens, how should that person handle it?
Okay, so one thing that we need to understand is the power of women. Women are powerful. The way the Bible puts it, it makes some pastors think that women are weaker vessels. But when the Bible says women are our helpers, you need to be strong to help. If I come that I'm coming to help someone right now, the person, I need to be stronger than the person to pull the person out of what he's in. So when God called women helpers, what he's trying to say is that I am, or let me say, the woman has something extra that we don't have. And we have relegated them to the background. We don't let them wake up to know what they have. The whole reproductive system of a woman is a god. Let me put it that way. It's a whole studies we have to make, and we cannot finish if we start. Why a woman menstruates? The blood that comes is a sacrifice. If you want to make money and you have a wife and you are poor, excuse me to say, you are not awoken. I don't want to insult you, but you are not awoken. So once in my church, I taught the women how they can take advantage of their menstrual cycle, what it means, and what that blood means, what they must say, and how they can use it to push their husbands in the endeavor that they are doing. When a woman decides to pull somebody down, you will go down. So the pastors that are falling to all these things must wake up.
They must wake up
and understand that women are not just creatures that came to be. That is why even in the Garden of Eden, as our Bible says, the serpent did not go to the man, because the serpent knows when I get the woman, I can get creation.
They break walls.
And we are allowing the devil to have a field day, or we are allowing negative energies to possess and take control of the souls of the women. And when they come, you cannot resist. Now, when you fall into this kind of thing, just as I said, you have to understand that, you have to go through what we call cleansing. One that is dirty cannot clean himself. Jesus Christ did something in the Bible and we don't understand. And right now, even if you practice it, it has become a problem. He called all his disciples and washed their feet. And after washing, Peter said, don't wash only my feet, but wash my hand and he said, your body is already clean. Only your feet needs to be washed. So that means there was an impurity on the feet. And you see, one thing about the Bible is after it has said something, it covers it with another thing, so that you will not see what is there. And that is what a lot of pastors. So when they fall like that, the bashing is too much. We should know that they are falling under a powerful spell, and we need to just push them into the light again, make them stand back on their feet, and bring them back alive. Tell
because I am also more powerful. Until I move for more my who say be a powerful chemo. More than a man in a shower for. Because when woman say, First Peter and I said, then, or say women are weaker vessels. But the same scripture, and when you continue, or say, won't judge with them, so your prayer might not be hindered.
Yeah.
And when I want to mean the code, you know, till you feel women are weaker vessels. We be kneeling with them one time, and you will kneel in front of the whole world. And when it happens, lie down, go back on your knees and shut your mouth. It's not your mouth that you use in touching that ground. So go back on your knee and let your thing touch the ground for apology. So the world will forgive you. Because everybody walks on the earth. When the earth forgives you, the world will forgive you. Learn and wake up. Me, I didn't ask you any question about this. Ebusi, I'm voting in life. I have 3 questions for you. But today, our time is gone. So I will put it in the fridge. So when you come on the live episode, I will personally ask you those questions. But this kind of topic, I don't want to get into it. But you brought it, I couldn't also refuse it either. So they will vote you live. I know my people. They know what they want.
You can choose any topic.
So no worry. You will come and they will ask you questions about what you just said because questions. Thank you so much for coming. My love to your wife. What's her name?
Doris.
Send love to her.
I will.
Do it right now.
I will. So I send my love to you, and Mami Grace sends her love to you, my dear wife, Doris Matthew Carvey. God bless you so much for standing behind me and bringing me where I am today. Thank you.
That's great. So Doris, my love to you, huh? Just enyansa for man na do me. Sabe kafre Jimmy for man in the time. I mean, say if I'm manu am this here. Like I said, Obaba will be send a question. I have my mouth. I can defend myself. I don't need a lawyer. So he brought his topic. Obaba will be send no questions. But I want to ask a very simple question in the comment section. If you can help me, I beg you. On social media, the people on Twitter, and not Twitter, the people on TikTok, the people on YouTube, Facebook, and all the platforms, are they different or they are the same people? Are they having different level of understanding or different levels of understanding, or they all have one understanding? It's just a question I'm leaving for you guys. So please kindly help me get answers. Papa, Pacho, thank you so much for coming. We do appreciate you so much. We do. Send this message to your people. That's where the masses are, so they really need it. Your last words and your social media handles in 1 minute. Okay, so my last words is that Revelation is a very powerful platform, and I urge all of you to continue watching, but then make sure you choose what resonates with you, so that you don't say Mami Grace has misled you. Apart from that, our social media handles, Facebook, everywhere, all the social media handles, TikTok is Apostle Matthew Carvey, and our church is located at around Insawam, Dobro, on the Kumasi Insawam Highway. That is where we are located. Okay, Apostle, thank you so much for coming. Thank and need social media platforms, no, they are maneuver to maybe send all the questions. But vote him live. No, Brana Mimbisano, 3 questions that are very important to me. And this one, I didn't want to ask so much questions. Thank you so much for coming. Thank you so much for watching. Shalom. Peace.